Hi, hello, good day. So, I got a message for today, and this is going to be for somebody who is carrying a lot on their plate, on their shoulders, carrying a lot of baggage. That was kind of what I was seeing, but at the core, all of that kind of was like a representation to me of them wanting to save the world, basically. I just saw 33, so I've been seeing that a lot lately these last 2 days. I actually woke up and just saw it yesterday in my third eye. I didn't even wake up yet. Open my eyes yet. I was awake. I was conscious, but I, I don't know. I just saw it. So, that might be significant for somebody today or just in general. So, yeah, I was getting this strong, uh, wants to help people, wants to save the world kind of vibe, right? So, um, the energy that I was getting was, or really what I was seeing. I wasn't even just feeling it. I was straight up seeing it, like a person who is carrying a bunch of junk that is a from their past, that just isn't serving them anymore. Just old thoughts, patterns, beliefs, whatever. My hair's crazy today. Uh, anyways, carrying things from your past, and then I was also seeing like carrying other people's things, problems, troubles, worries, drama, whatever. Um, and so, obviously, whenever you want to save the world, you want to help people, you have that strong urge to just heal and help people. Um, we tend to carry things that don't belong to us or absorb things that don't belong to us. So, um, yeah, anyways, I had some questions come up. And, at first, whenever I was picking up on the energy of whoever this message is for, I was very familiar with it because I've been here. Trust me. Um, and I am the type of person who likes to teach from, um, my experience because I can relate to a person, right? So whenever I do my sessions, I tend to draw people who I relate to. So a lot of times in my videos, you'll hear me say, "I understand this because I've been through a lot." I know I might look young, but I've lived a lot in this lifetime. So the first question that came up was, what are you afraid to face within yourself? Okay. Because whenever I was seeing somebody else who is taking on other people's stuff, it was like coming from a place of fear. I just saw 33 again. Coming from a place of fear of like looking at yourself. Because, you know, it feels good to help people. It feels good to, you know, heal and all these things. Um, oh, it's a loud truck. It feels good to do those things, right? Um, and it's easier to do it for other people because then we don't have to face ourselves and face our troubles, drama, worries, things that aren't suiting us, right? So a lot of times I'll see people, and like I said, I've been here, I've done this, trust me. Um, you'll see a person who really, really, really wants to help, and they're very knowledgeable. They know all the things and they know how to, steer somebody. But then you'll kind of see them make the same mistakes, not necessarily apply the same knowledge to their life, you know. And if you're around this person a lot, then it's easier to pick up on these things. But either way, that's beside the point. So my neighbor's doing some stuff. Uh, so yeah, that was the, what are you afraid to face within your own self? Is there something that you're avoiding, that you're not healing within yourself? Because if you think of everything as a mirror and the universe reflecting everything back to us, right? Your your need to heal other people is a reflection of, you know, is also you. Like, you need to heal you too, you know? Um, so that's just kind of what I was seeing. It was like, you want to help, you want to heal, whatever, but there's some stuff that needs to be helped and healed within yourself as well. So that whenever you do save the world, you actually get to do that. And I just saw 555 whenever I saw this. So I'm really hoping that this is going to bring in some change for somebody. So yeah, anyways, another question that I got is, how emotionally available are you to yourself? Okay. Um, Again, a lot of times whenever we're dealing with other people, it might be easier to show compassion, right? But then we don't give ourselves that same level of compassion or grace, right? So Spirit's asking you to sit down and consider and think about, how emotionally available are you to yourself? How much time do you offer yourself to apply your knowledge, right? And to gain wisdom within your own self. Because you can know all the things, but if you're not applying them, then you're not being very wise. You know what I mean? And I've been there. Trust me, I've been learning stuff for 20 years. And I could know the things. I could talk to a person and regurgitate whatever. But I didn't fully raise my own personal, like, awareness or consciousness until I learned to apply those things for myself. Okay? So saving the world, healing other people, is an inside job. Okay? You start inside. You start and you heal and you save inside, because nobody's going to come and save you. You know, you do that, right? The next question that I had come up was, how easily is it, or no, how easily, sorry, do you set self-protective boundaries, right? Is it easy for you to set boundaries? Are you well practiced? It is a practice. It's something that you have to learn if it wasn't just instilled in you throughout your childhood, right? So some of us have to learn to set boundaries. Have you learned to do that, and have you been practicing them? Okay, or practicing it? The advice that Spirit gave for that question was to set boundaries and stick to them. Okay, because you know that's part of the practice, that's part of the journey, is learning to set these boundaries, right? And you can set it one good time, but then if you're not sticking to it, and you're letting people cross and disrespect you, then what was even the purpose, and what good did it serve? you know so it's the action, it's the continuous action of setting the boundaries and then sticking to those boundaries and standing firm. Okay. I tend to have a desire to be kind and respectful to people, which I don't think is a bad thing at all. So when setting boundaries, I try to be as kind and respectful as possible. And even when they're crossed, I used to not be like that. I struggled with anger management and didn't know it, right? So worked through that. I was blessed. God gave me a son that is a mirror of me, and we've been on this journey together, for over a decade, and we've just been working through things together. I just saw 1010 again. That's one of my numbers and his too. It's funny that I was talking about him right now, because he sees that number a lot too. But anyways, so the boundaries, sticking to them, right? That is so important. So yes, there was another thing that came up, and it was about codependency. and this was like an emotional codependency. Okay, this is something that I learned, being a mom, really, was not to let other people's moods and where they're at affect me, right? And when you have 5 kids, I saw 11, when you have 5 kids and they all have big feelings and they all have like whatever, just all the stuff, emotions they have, like, just everything going on. There's a lot of moods and there's a lot of shifts and changes, and I've learned to stay consistent through all of that, because sometimes it's when you feel, whenever you're not balanced and standing firm within yourself, it's easy to be swayed, and it's easy to get like pulled into other people's junk, And so when you have this desire to save the world, you have this desire to heal and help people, you're going to be like, oh man, like, what can I do to help? And, whatever. And then you exhaust yourself because, it's just going on. And if okay, you know what I mean. Okay. So codependency, just learning to be more independent, is what Spirit's asking you to do. Being more independent and, just really going within and seeing you for you and healing the things that need to be healed. Okay. So then the next question that I had come up was, are you helping others for you, or are you helping them for them? Okay. And this was something that came up for me within this last year. I had a friend who asked me that question, and I was like, but what? Like, what do you mean? Because I just thought, of course, I was doing it for them. 13 on the timer. But no, I was not doing it for them. I was doing it for me. Okay, I wanted to fix my family. I wanted to fix, all the issues, break all the chains, break all the curses, and do all this stuff, which, yeah, I've been very successful in doing so once I figured out how to actually do it, right? So, my friend asked me that, and then I realized that I was doing it for them, or I was doing it for me. And why was I doing it for me? Because it was making me uncomfortable. Okay? Right? Do we see a pattern here? Did you see that pattern there? Like, I've been through this. I understand. So, the whole reason that you go within, that you start with you, is because it's an inside job. Saving the world is an inside job in the beginning. You go inside, you heal yourself, right? You stand in your purpose, you set those boundaries, you stick to them, right? You love yourself, and offer yourself the same things that you would offer any other person. And then you just learn to love yourself so much that you don't allow other people's, whatever to affect you. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't help, right? And you'll know when you can and when you can't, sometimes people just have to face their own karma, right? But once you learn to love yourself and you learn to discern what's for you and what's not, then it's easier for you to discern when and where it's appropriate for you to step in or do whatever, or when this person actually just needs to learn their lesson, you know? Like, sometimes you just gotta learn on your own, you know? Just like you did, just like I have, and continue to do daily. Okay? I'm nowhere near done. I am where I am after years and years and years of learning and practice, right? But that's neither here nor there. Let's go on to wrap this up. So, the moral of the story is that you want to save the world, and you can do that. And just the fact that you're watching this video, or that you're wanting to learn how to save yourself first, you know, be your own Christ, tap into that Christ consciousness, be your own savior, then you can save the world. It's totally doable. You can do this. But everything has to be done out of love. Okay, let's say that word again. Everything has to be done out of love, not fear. Okay? You love yourself and you love everybody else, and you choose to heal them out of a space of love, and you choose to care for them out of a space of love and compassion and grace that you understand from an inside perspective. Okay? It's so much more relatable, and people genuinely will receive your help and your guidance so much like easier when they can feel that genuine like understanding, and not just someone telling them, yeah, this is, you know, oh, I read this in a book and this, you know, blah blah blah, or oh yeah, I heard people talking about this in a podcast, or but you know, whatever. I received this information and I'm just going to spit it back out to you without any true understanding. So yeah, boy, I'm sweating. I don't know if you can see it. Whew. So yes, everything being done out of love and not fear. And, you know, we can't let other people's feelings and emotions affect us and our own, because that's not going to help anybody, you know. And like I've said before, and like people have asked, I'm sure you've heard this, like, does your being ill make anybody else more healthy? No, it does not. Okay, so you gain that health and wisdom, or, you know, knowledge, whatever, wisdom in yourself, and then you can share it in a much more authentic way that just flows. Okay, and it actually goes down into, you know, the person. I guess it's more digestible. Okay, so anyways, I gotta go. Got my kiddos. Nap time's almost over, and it's time to play. So I love you all, and I hope you enjoy your day. Also, if you made it this far, today is my birthday, and if you want to bless me, I will put my Cash App in the description. So yeah, that would be awesome. Get a little birthday gift. So yeah, happy birthday to me, and happy beautiful day to you. Okay, love you. Thanks.